I don't know if resume is a French word. Sounds French. I think there are a couple of accent marks somewhere in the word, although I couldn't tell you where. The last time I updated my resume, I think I was using Internet Explorer 2.0, and I don't think Google existed. I'm sure many of you have a resume that you keep up to date if you are developing a career. You know, you've got a path that you have jobs in your wake, and hopefully they've been good jobs and you're building towards something. The resume, despite what you might have heard, is not dead yet. I mean, there's something to be said about being able to encapsulate all of your experience into a single document. I mean, it's very telling. If I was going to hire somebody, you know, I might say, well, where's your resume? And I would look at it, it's like, wow, I can't even read it. It's so horribly done. I mean, forget the misspellings. Sometimes just making it look good is half the job. And then, granted, that's just my opinion. I'm sure recruiters would say something completely different. Of course, you've got to put stuff in the resume. And more than anything, that's what I would suggest you start doing. Things that make your resume stand out more. The resume itself is still important. I mean, it's a dossier. I mean, your own crafted, I guess. You know, what you believe is most important, specifically for the job that you're applying for. But a resume, in some people's eyes, is outdated. It's outmoded. I think that, you can't put an umlaut in resume, dude. Resume? That's Brian Thompson 73. I'm catching the comments as we're streaming this live on YouTube. Some people use LinkedIn as a resume, and I would say that if there was a next generation resume, it would likely be LinkedIn. And if you haven't filled out your profile and connections and got people to give you some props or recommendations, you know, these are things that today's recruiters may very well be looking for. But just being on LinkedIn isn't enough. I know it's nice and easy and convenient to use LinkedIn because it's a website and it's free. Of course, you can pay for services beyond that. But having an actual resume, I mean, it's an art. You know, to have something, a sheet of paper. Can you imagine that? I do everything in my power to avoid sheets of paper. But, you know, according to an article that we wrote on LockerGnome.com, the resume is not dead. Do you agree? Do you think the resume is dead? If you do, how would you feel if you went to a job interview without a resume and say, no, I think it's dead? I think they would probably laugh you out of the office. It looks like Jazzman1914 says, I need someone to look over mines. Most jobs and career in the entertainment industry are made by viral videos here on YouTube nowadays, says Twilight Sparkle. Being active online, I think, is an amazing resume booster. If you can boast the fact that you had a video that had X thousand views, that's going to be impressive. To someone who knows nothing about YouTube, they look at that and say, oh, you know about YouTube, huh? Well, what do you know about YouTube? Well, I know this, and this. Well, they may look up your handle, too. And if you've ever done anything that you shouldn't have been doing, or that wouldn't necessarily look good when you're going into a job interview, it may make you think twice about doing things and writing things that you shouldn't necessarily be doing online. In the UK, we use CVs or curriculum vitae, which are used all the time. It says Fubi Ziki. Let's see here. Will you give my hubby props on LinkedIn, says Freedom Walker 77. I don't know who your hubby is. I haven't given anybody props, even the people I know, because the people I know, I wouldn't hire. No, I'm kidding on that. Obviously, I have hired some people that I've known. That's if I have any tip to impart at this point. Yeah, build your resume, have something real there, get a LinkedIn profile, but don't just start adding people willy-nilly on LinkedIn. It's not like Twitter or YouTube. You can just add everybody. If you don't know them, I would not recommend making that connection with them, because then you're a part of their downline. You're a part of their connections. And you don't know who this person is. And if you can't vouch for them in a professional capacity, don't add them on LinkedIn. I mean, there's times that I've culled through the list of people that I had added. I think I have like 700 people on LinkedIn. And I've gone through and said, I don't know this person. I don't know this person. I don't know this person. Because in the beginning, I was just like, yeah, I kind of know that person. Yeah, maybe a little bit. And I felt kind of, odd not saying, yes, I'd like to accept you as a connection. I do not accept everybody as a connection on LinkedIn. And I would strongly recommend you consider the same thing, because that's your professional career that's potentially on the line.